Firstly, I'd like to welcome everybody here today, all members of the Convention on the Constitution, and everyone who's watching us on the web, both in Ireland and abroad. And we know that there are many people abroad who will be watching the start of this historic process. My name is Tom Arnold. I have the honour to chair this convention. And we start, I'm afraid, on a sombre, solemn and deeply sad note, in that yesterday a member of the Garda Síochána, Garda Adrian Donoghue, was killed. And we want to acknowledge that, and I would like one of our convention members, Seamus Kirk, who comes from the same locality as Garda Donoghue, to say a few words.
Thanks, Chairman. Thanks for the opportunity to, as a way, pass a word of sympathy to the family of Detective Garda Adrian Donoghue. Adrian was gunned down cold-bloodedly last night in my constituency in North Louth. We condemn this brutal murder. He, along with his colleague, Garda Joe Ryan, were protecting the finances of the local community in Bellurgan Lordship in the local credit union when he was mercilessly gunned down. And I think it's appropriate at a time when this body is deliberating on constitutional change that we pass this vote of sympathy here today, because ultimately the Gardaí are the protector of our constitution. Adrian, he was very involved in the local community. He was originally a County Cavan man from Crushalaw. He was married, lived locally with 3 children. He played football with the local football team in Lordship. And to his wife and to his family, we send our sincerest sympathy. Chairman, thanks very much.
Could I ask that we stand for 1 minute silence in honour of Garda Donoghue? We're starting today on a historic process, a historic journey, to review aspects of the Irish Constitution, to possibly recommend changes in it, and to submit that deliberation to the government for decision whether changes should be put to the people in a referendum. We had our ceremonial opening in Dublin Castle on the 1st of December. I think it was an appropriate occasion, a formal occasion. But now we start our work. And we are going to operate as a convention on a number of key principles. Principle of openness, fairness, equality, efficiency, and collegiality. And I just want to reflect very briefly on what some of these principles will actually mean in practice. Openness. Everything that's submitted to the convention in terms of written submissions is published on our website. We are trying to make sure that the website is as informative and effective as possible so that really all our deliberations, both here today and all this written material, is available to everybody. We want to encourage engagement with the public, both here in Ireland and in the wider diaspora. Particularly keen that young people should feel a sense of involvement and excitement about this process. And so I think it's appropriate that we are starting our deliberations with a focus on the issue of voting age. We have to operate on the principle of fairness. We will be discussing controversial issues and we will have to ensure that the spectrum of opinion on those issues is reflected in who presents to us, and to make sure that the documentation that you receive as convention members is of the highest quality and written in simple and clear language. We have to operate on the basis of equality of voice here among convention members, whether they be citizens or members of parliamentary members. We're going to operate on first name terms, just as a very practical matter. So titles like ministers or deputies or senators, we're leaving them outside the door and we're calling each other by our first names. And we're going to try to be efficient in terms of time keeping, efficient in terms of ensuring that that submissions are presented well in advance of a topic being discussed, and that the papers that are presented for convention members are also received by convention members in time to proceed. And I think we have to operate on a spirit of collegiality, a spirit of friendship, a sense that we are together embarked on something potentially historic. And obviously, if we can work well together and get on with each other, that will all help. So we start our journey, and we start our journey with our first two topics for this weekend. The first one, that the voting age be reduced to 17, and the second one, that the presidential term of office be reduced to 5 years and be aligned with local and European elections. And to introduce our first topic on voting age, I'm delighted to represent a very acknowledged expert in this field, Dr. Theresa Reedy of UCC.